Welcome back to Amber Unabridged. This is going to be the mid-year check-in tag. I was not tagged by anybody, but since I just started this channel and since nobody knows what I've been doing for the last 6-7 months-ish, whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all. Alright, yeah, cool. This tag was created by Harriet Rosie and Dane Reeds, so I will link their videos down below. Yeah, okay, cool, let's get started. Okay, so question number 1. How many books have you read so far this year? According to my Goodreads, which is pretty accurate, I've read 32. What is your favorite book so far this year? I have a couple. I read Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I've so far loved everything by her that I've ever read in my life, which is up to 3 books. Yes, 3 books. I also read We've Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I loved that book. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Ah, so good. I'm working my way through The Two Towers and presently I can't work my way through the 2 of them in the same series at the same time. It doesn't make sense. Another series that I'm reading is actually a comic series. It's Lock and Key. I love it. And they're amazing and I love it and it's great. Question number 3 is, what's the most disappointing book you've read this year? So I'm gonna say Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. I really loved Outlander. I really liked the balance between historical fiction, the concept of time travel, the romance, the adventure, there was so much going on in it and I really dug it. And I read the second book, which is A Dragonfly in Amber, and that one was cool. Not super great, but I still had hope. And then Voyager just like killed all of my dreams for that entire series. This is just not what I'm here for. And also Thousand Cranes by Yasunari Kawabata. It was good. It was a good book. I enjoyed the story. I didn't love it. I normally love Japanese things, so it was just eh. Question number 4 is, what genre have you read most this year? I don't know. Fiction, I guess. Yeah. Okay, question number 5. Name a new favorite author that you've discovered this year. So I've got 2. I said Joe Hill because I had never read any Joe Hill, and he is the author of the story for Lock and Key, and it is amazing. I cannot wait to finish it. I cannot wait to read more of his stuff. He is fantastic. Holy crap. I also said Shirley Jackson because even though I'd read her story, her short story, The Lottery, everybody has read that story at some point. I had to read it in 8th grade. 8th grade? I'm pretty sure it was 8th grade. We've Always Lived in the Castle is a book by her, and I read it and it was amazing and I loved it a lot. And then I found a collection of short stories and essays in the same volume, and I got that and I read it and it was also amazing. So she's now one of my favorite authors because she's wonderful. So question 6, what is the most surprisingly good book you've read so far this year? Okay, so I've got a couple. Again, because also decisions are not my forte. I'm going to say True Grit by Charles Portis. I read it for the Book Riot Read Harder Challenge, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't think Westerns would be my thing. I didn't think I would like it. I didn't think I would enjoy it. But I did. I like a good story. Tell me a good story. It doesn't matter what genre it is. The other two books that I really enjoyed, My Broken One and My Bereft One, two different books, part of the True Mates series by G.L. Stiles. It wasn't like that surprising based on the way she described it. I thought it was going to be a lot weirder. I suppose it was still pretty weird. I'm yelling at her to finish the third one. I'm just saying. Because I need to know. I need to know what happens. That's on you, woman. Number 7. What are your favorite and most anticipated 2018 releases? I don't freaking know. I got a lot of stuff I gotta read, okay? I'm not like upset about it. I just wish I could read them all now. Number 8. What's your next big priority for your reading? I think I wrote that down right. Who knows? So my big priority reads right now are Meg by Steve Alton. I am participating in the Megalong. I need to finish that. Keep up with the timeline. I got to do that first. The next book is Fledgling by Octavia Butler. I've joined a sort of book club with some folks, and that's our next book. I love Octavia Butler, and I need to read more of her stuff. I think I own most of it. After that, I'm doing a sort of read-along type thing with my cousin based off of a blog post by my sister-in-law. It's a challenged reading list, so it was designed to be read over the course of the 4 years after Trump was elected. I haven't started it yet, and we're a year and a half into this garbage, so yeah, I'm gonna read some books and then probably cry a whole lot. Okay, number 9. What's been your bookish highlight of the year so far? Lord of the Rings, because I enjoy nerdy, geeky culture, and I had not read the books yet, so I finished Fellowship of the Ring. I feel very accomplished in that feat. It was sort of a fluke, because I was trying to read Les Mis, and then the copy that I borrowed from my friend was abridged, and I do not mess around with that nonsense. So I was in the mood for something epic, and so I started my Lord of the Rings books. We've Always Lived in the Castle was fantastic. I just really loved that. Lock and Key. Like, these comics are so great, and there's actually something from them that I would like to get as a tattoo. And then Northanger Abbey. And this book is possibly her sassiest yet, because the whole thing is just making fun of an entire genre of books that were popular when she was writing. I've been wanting to read all of Jane Austen's books for years now. Now I'm of the mindset that I'm going to read one Jane Austen book every January or every winter or something. And then number 10, who do you tag? I am going to tag Janelle at All the World's a Page. The Book Brood, even though they've been MIA for a little bit, but that's cool because so have I. And then Stephanie at Time to Read, even though she doesn't do tags very often. All right. So that is my mid-year check-in tag. If you want to follow me on Goodreads or Twitter or Instagram, I will leave relevant links down below. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you on the flip side. This is going to be my greatest jam. Oh my gosh.